Mom helped tip the Scales that's viable. Scales is already viable. Scales already like very good modern deck, but it's just like a nightmare to play. It has a super high learning curve. Like I've played a good amount of Scales in the past. I'm definitely rusty. Like I have to relearn all the math and stuff, but like I'm okay with the sequencing at least. Like novice level, maybe. Getting on my way to proficient, but like Scales Masters are like crushing. And also to some extent, like I know Scales players are like, you know, working hard on the list or whatever, but it's also like I also know how Magic players are, where people don't work on mana bases very much. Like I think a lot of times Scales players are happy, or archetype players rather, I should say, are happy to just like copy a mana base, copy a number of lands, and like accept it as like the number of lands your deck plays. But I think 23 with Sentinel is totally fine. I think 23 with Stirrings is like. Is a little much. The consensus 21-20 lands. When I was going through like the MTG Goldfish, every deck was 23 lands. My list from like a year ago was 21 lands. I think 21 is fine, but I've got 2 Horizon lands, so I'm like feeling okay about it. End of turn, fetch, shock, fountain. So they're Esper Shadow. Esper Shadow Saga. Maybe just Hammer that misclicked. Okay, Hammer that misclicked. It's 23 because Sagas disappear. Sagas can, if you're stuck on mana with Saga, you can get Springleaf Drum, but you can hold your Saga. Like I've played tons of Urza Saga decks. This is, in my opinion, not really a thing. I guess Hangarback Walker over Zabaz. Not gonna play around Cauldron hand though. Well, they have the Cauldron hand. Raceable though. Do I block with a Hangarback, make 4 1/1s? I think yes. I like just taking 1 damage here. They're still super dead to Ravager. Spike, no. Exile. Y'all are wrong. It only exiles if the regular damage doesn't kill it. Spike, no! Does regenerate save it somehow? Yeah, so if we had regenerated our Hangarback Walker, it would have been exiled. Right? Removes it from combat? Yeah, it still gets exiled though, I think. Very bold to animate Inkmoth Nexus into the 5/5 Ballista. Did I get permission for the Scales Council to play Scales? No, they're also mad at me for making mistakes with their deck. The dead did 2 hammers. That's 1 hammer. Yeah, Ballista is 5/5 when you destroy the Zabaz, because I learned this last match. So it's a 2/2 and enters with Scales, and then the Scales puts 1 extra counter on the Hangarback. On the Ballista. I don't think how often this comes down to Shadowspear. Probably not often enough. Then maybe we cut the 3rd 2 mana Ozolith on the draw. It's also great you can play this on Magic Online where it manages all your counters for you. Way harder in paper. We can keep this. Probably should play Saga turn 1. No, I guess I need to go Stirrings, but Saga turn 1 to get Haywire Mite early is kind of appealing. But I think I should just cast my Stirrings. Could maybe find a Haywire Mite off this. Yeah, Zabaz is fixed. Zabaz is fixed. That's why we're playing it, of course. Okay, love trading Spell Pierce for Stirrings here. Have them not Spell Pierce my Ozolith. We waited for it to be fixed. Am I using any mom cards? Yeah, this one. Ozolith the Shattered Spire. Does Life Gain from Grove come up? Sure. I mean, it's there, so it comes up, but I think it's not super relevant, because you just deal some big chunks of damage. And, like, a lot of times, like, just, like, again, keeping your life total high so you can stabilize till you combo or synergize or whatever is nice. Did they get Cauldron? They got Hammer. Uh-oh. Not dead this turn to the Nexus. They did a second Hammer in the hand, though. It's kind of what I was talking about, playing the Saga turn 1 for Haywire Mite. So they don't have a second Hammer in their hand. So I think we just go Inkmoth Nexus, Patchwork, Ozolith. Or Patchwork before Ozolith, of course. Very cool that this Ozolith puts extra counters on this Ozolith. Our Ballista is going to be large as hell. Do I have lethal? Yeah, I just have lethal. For sure, right? Okay, so I get Zabaz, play Ravager. They both have 2 counters on them. Sack Zabaz to Ravager, 5 counters. Like, in the past, I've been able to kind of do this math a lot faster. Yeah, super dead. They can block. I'm not. I know they can block. Although now we're not. I was gonna kill them with Ballista. I was counting killing them with Ballista, not Inkmoth. Although now we could maybe just kill them with Inkmoth. I guess sometimes they play Solitude. I guess we're dead to Solitude either way. I'll just show you what I was thinking. Yeah, better to modular here first, right? It doesn't matter. Oh, it's so much. It's like 25. They did gain 2 life off the Grove, though. You want as many moves as possible to modular? Yeah, you guys just gotta chill. I know you're very, very excited playing the deck. Alright. I think you lead on Stirrings here. It's either that or the Ozolith. Gotta take the Ravager. This is the main reason I think you like the Stirrings. Finding Ravager is so big. I thought you went Zabaz Ballista. Chess seemed to disagree. Yeah, I mean, I did go. I think I just hovered my mouse over it for a second, and I believe said out loud modular onto the Ravager, right? 6-0 on the day, huh? All right, they take the Ravager. Oh yeah, Grove against Shadow. That is funny, huh? Lucky me. I don't think I'm going to be tapping this second Grove. Like, I don't think I'd play second Grove and just like tap it to make them gain more life. That's probably a little much, right? It's especially because we still have the double Grove. If they play a Shadow, it's just like not going to be big enough. Oh, they're also not even Shadow. Oh, so they're probably playing the deck I was playing. Monday? Was that Monday? If they're playing that deck, they should have a hard time killing anything. But they may Emrakul me here. Very thankful not to see Emrakul trigger go on the stack there. Are they run a combo? I think that they're playing. I played a blue-black Dimir Goryo's Asmo deck on Monday, and I re-5-0'd with it, and it looks like they're playing that list. I think Rona like Retraction Helix combo is not particularly viable in Modern. Right, and they're going to need a second cookbook in their hand to kill my Ballista here. What's my plan versus Haste Emrakul? Well, I have a lot of Graveyard Hate, and but game 1, a lot of decks are pretty bad against Haste Emrakul, huh? Rona very good with Ovalchase Daredevil. Basically been +2 cards this turn. Pretty good. Are they dead? Yep. Scales is so gross. It's just like, you're a good deck when you don't have Hardened Scales in play, and you're like, oh wait, I drew Scales. It's like, the deck's like really good without Scales, and then it's like, oh, my deck's broken. Woo! Maybe we should play 4 Ozolith Shattered Spire. That's probably too many. Seems interesting though. So I don't want to over-sideboard against the Goryo's plan. I don't think I want Soulless Jailer, but I do think I want to bring in these 4. I think we're going to cut the jars and the drum. Oh, the Shadowspear. Yeah, this Ozolith is wild. Could definitely go back up to 3. I was playing 3 last year when I was playing the deck with Patchwork. But obviously, like, you have the like, you tutor with Saga really aggressively too. No mites. I guess I should have at least 1 mite, right? Oh, I should also have the needle in because against the cookbooks. I don't know why I'm blanking against this. As for we're talking about the 1 mana Ozolith. I know it's kind of confusing. Yeah. Under sideboarded here. I'm always scared about over sideboarding with these kind of decks. Yeah, the Grove is so you don't take damage to the shock, because a lot of times your life total is important to maintain. I think I'll put back the Nexus here. One Ozolith, 2 Ozolith? I don't hate it. I kind of like it. Does it matter that Grove can produce colors? Yeah, it's good that this, like, usually you're just tapping this for colorless. That is, like, for sure a big part of it. Ozolith. Green Ozo is Gozo. Okay. I think it's fine. Might adopt that. May adopt it again at fear. For fear of going against the Scales Discord. Exile Grover Nexus Scales only use 1 colored source. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. I forgot that this makes colored after the Caverns comes in. Yeah, you're right. That was better. Alright, they brought in their Haywire Mites. Yeah, probably want a modular onto the Hangarback Walker, right? Next turn. We may pick up Scales if they prefer coming up with their own decks. Well, a new card came out, the new Ozolith, right? So I'm playing with the new card. I know it's a little different from what we usually do. Could, I guess, attack for 3 and then just get 1 less token. I played the deck in the past too, but I'm definitely rusty. I'm also like about to be 7-0, which is weird dynamic. Maybe not gonna be 7-0 if we Joel land. It's fine. I think we're even beating Emrakul. Yeah, we're even beating Emrakul. I want to play with the new cards, even if it's, you know, not a brew. That's fair. If you care, that's fine. I personally just don't. But good to know that some people care, huh? Cyber feels good? It feels fine. You know, but this is also like classic, I haven't lost anything. Sideboard feels fine so far. You know what I mean? Sly croissant. Think of it 13 months. Stirrings on top. Do you think we should still play the Ozolith, right? Play the jar this turn because of Eidolon. Game 1, this matchup's, I think, really good, especially with the Saga for Shadowspear. Are there any incubate cards you'd register? No, of course not. Oh, we accidentally cycled it? We cycled it on purpose once. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, just Saga token. I got the Welding Jar too. 1 or 2 Dismember or 4th Jailer. So like, what do you want Dismember for? Is it like just Voidwalker? Because to me, I always feel like sometimes people like just feel like they need to have removal spells in their deck. But like to me, you have Ballista, and like to me, I just don't feel like you need removal spells. But I would be down to hear like what it is exactly you feel like you need Dismember for, more than just like I would play Dismember, you know. So taking 4. Cauldra? You have Haywire Mite for Cauldra. Shadowspear equip go up to 14, 15 by activating Inkmoth. Then if they go double burn spell, that's 6, 9 plus 4. It's 15 though. Yeah, I think it's because I can animate the Nexus to get up to 15. And I'm not dead to 2 burn spells. Especially because they have Copperline Gorge you play over there instead of like White Sorcerer Boris Charm. Jar gets +1 damage. Jar is -1 damage because of Eidolon. Or -1 life, which is more relevant. And plus, we dead to 2 burn spells. Double Zabaz wasn't lethal. Might have been. I don't think it was, though, because then they have the Eidolon to chump block, right? Or can we double Zabaz onto the Inkmoth? I don't know that we can either. I don't know. I mean, I also counted that, like, we're not dead to 2 burn spells. I just kind of felt pretty comfortable taking this line, but it does feel like the longer you stare, eventually you find a better line with Scales. Even if they have like a Skullcrack here, it doesn't matter because they go to 1 and I go to 8, and then they just can't cast any spells. Yeah, they go to 1, and they have 5 damage in play. If they go land Sokinzon, we die. Basic Mountain Sokinzon. Okay. Very important to win game 1 for sure. So like last time, yeah, I think last time I didn't bring in the Mite. I think Mite just like, being able to like sack and gain life is probably enough for like 1 copy, and I really just want to cut both canopies. Really unhappy to ever draw canopy in this matchup. Puts on a to 6. And slow for sure. And this is definitely a matchup where like Stirrings for your second land is awkward. Stands really bad against Eidolon. Let's mulligan. Okay, keep this, put back the Stirrings. Definitely a much better hand. What's on a mold of 5? Mold of 4. Burn did not a deck that molds of 4 very well. We played more Timeless Lotus and Shep with Escape to the Wilds. I mean, we played a lot of it then, but you know, been more focused on Mom brews since. Although we did play a non-Mom deck yesterday. You want to play Scales on turn 1? High level play. Thank you, Goblin Guide. It always hurts when you mold the 4 with burn, then you give your opponent 2 cards with Goblin Guide immediately. It's like, maybe I could have registered a different deck. Okay. Probably just gonna Ballista here. Ballista block Goblin Guide, ping Eidolon. A variance of Scales with Recommission. Yeah, I think it like lowers the. It just like lowers your speed, and Scales doesn't really need like grindy bullshit. Like the deck has so many mana sinks, has so much advantage, which is why I can get away with extra lands. But again, with 4 Stirrings, I just don't really like the 23 land builds. Thinking Atarka's Command for like +1/+1 would be pretty good here. Forest Charm for Indestructible is fine. Yeah, it's a good play. They are down to just 1 card in their hand though. So we'll go Ballista, go down to 9, kill Eidolon. Play Inkmoth, cast Zabaz. I should have lethal next turn with Ravager, Ozolith, Zabaz, Inkmoth. It is like, if they bolt Inkmoth, it's kind of like, Big difference between 5 and 9-2. Yeah, I don't want them to have the bolt on the Inkmoth. We can just block here. I think we're up enough resources that this is fine. Could just get the Haywire Mite here too. I guess 7-9, not that different. So yeah, they have to have Bolt and then top deck Boros Charm. Good Bolt to 4 for them for sure. Yeah, this deck could definitely kill out of nowhere. We do have lethal this turn pretty easily. I guess we have plenty of blockers no matter what, so we'll just do this. Although I do really want to keep my Ravager in play to play around Deflecting Palm if I have that luxury. I don't have that luxury though. If I want to kill this turn. But me being at 7, so like I'm doing like Boros Charm Burn Spell or like Burn Spell, Burn Spell, Burn Spell. They don't have a 1 mana. They don't have a 1 mana Burn Spell though. You have the luxury. Yeah, well, I'm just saying I don't have the luxury if I play around it this turn. So I guess I'm just gonna go counters on the Hangarback Walker. Attack with the Ravager. This was a mode 4 on their side, not my side. I'm mode 6. I have luxury because of the Ozolith. I can't present lethal this turn and keep Ravager. I don't think that that's possible. What matchup is 4 Soulless Jailer for? Cascade. Neither coming against creativity. Right, well I think if they had a way to kill me, I'd be dead. Famous last words. The only card that Garden's like copies is like Welding Jar and Zabaz. It's like the only 2 cards that's good to copy. Which is maybe enough. It also like, you know, can tap for a color, but like filtering is kind of, you know, Up against Kahira. I actually think against Kahira I played Drum on turn 1. I would much rather than pending the Drum, obviously, than the Scales. Zabaz is legendary. Yeah, but you can still copy it and then get legend rolls. Oh, but then you don't even get the counter. Yeah, it really only copies Welding Jar. I forgot you don't get the counters, but that's also why it doesn't like, it's not good to copy Ravager. Yeah, lots of other utility lands that are better. So do not get Prismatic Endinged. So how do we feel about... So Scales, Zabaz, Stirring. I feel okay about it. Saga seems like a good pickup. Ballista seems like a good pickup. I think because I've got my mana pretty accounted for next turn, I'm just going to take the Saga. Any 1 or 2 mana artifacts to stop creativity? Spellskite can stop a creativity on 1. That's about it, I think. Should attack first. Well, no, so I shouldn't be attacking first, because if they counterspell my Hangarback Walker, I want to be able to cast the Ravager off the Zabaz Drum. EE kind of does. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb is way better than EE against creativity because you don't have to hold up mana for it. Yeah, I definitely should have cast this first. Not the biggest deal. Any ideas for Ren and Realmbreaker? Not really. I'm not very high on that card. Chalice on 1? Pending into Chalice on 1? Yeah, but I can't tap for red to put the counters on the Inkmoth. Pretty good. I'm trying to find a way to play Magic Online. What platform is this? This platform is called Magic Online. MTGO, Magic the Gathering Online. Formerly Modo, Magic Online Digital Objects. Here in the hand. So they're tapped out, huh? Good, they tapped out. Squeeze Squad, the 5-pack. Thank you, thank you. Solitude, yeah, that was the joke. And I like getting Zabaz over the Ozolith here. If they have, you know, Pending, Counterspell, Chalice, Solitude, and Verdict, we can't beat all of that. Kind of likely, I feel that they do have a Verdict if they're not Solituding there. Thoughts on Unnatural Restoration? I think those kind of cards are just like slow and unnecessary. Like, Scales is just such a fast deck. You don't need to play cards like that, I think. Could have gotten Jar. Yeah, could have maybe got a Jar. Andy, if you think of 5 months, would be doing well. I guess we'll get a Jar this time. If Verdict can put counters on Inkmoth, you can't actually. Because if you animate, so like the artifact has to be in play when the modular triggers go on the stack. So you can't animate Inkmoth and like after the creatures die and then target. You have to have a target immediately. Okay. You can regen Inkmoth. Yeah, I could regen if I had the Welding Jar, sure. So okay, we're bringing mites in. I think it's just 2 mites over 2 Welding Jars. Jar only stops Verdict, but 1 to stop Verdict, I think, like we saw that game. Oh, we don't want the Shadowspear either. Do you think is relevant enough? 3rd mite could be fine. One thing is, like, a lot of blue-white lists aren't playing Rest in Peace, so it's just Binding and Chalice. But that's pretty important. Obviously, Mite can get countered by Chalice, but you can get it off the Saga. We could also just play the Grove and just be 23 lands, which is fine. But I think I'll just play 3 mites. No, Needle for Teferi is not something I'm that interested in. Not terrible though. I usually don't like it that much. You could play it over the 3rd mite. It would be, like 3rd mite Grove or Needles all seems like pretty reasonable. Can I talk about why you don't think Scales needs cards like Snake Conveil, Heroic Intervention, Safekeeping? I think you're just really good at playing through removal. Like you saw, like you've probably been able to see all day. Like you're just like good at playing through removal. You don't need cards like that. I would love to keep this hand. Cannot keep that hand. Put back 3rd Saga. Could maybe put back the Jar. There's also like Welding Jar is 0 mana, and also like triggers module, which is like really nice. Like Welding Jar is just being 0 mana is so sick. Could Lantern of Lost be better than Relic? I don't think that it is. You could maybe tell me why you think it could be. In my memory of that card, it's not better. I don't see much reason to play the Welding Jar this turn. Would prefer to maybe save it for a Patchwork, but I'll play it before their turn 4. I guess the reason would be that they would counter it. They would like never counter it though. Awesome, Panda. Very cool. Yeah, I thought for sure you're going to turn 3 Emrakul me game 1. Because it draws a card when you exile. So does Relic. Yeah, it's so funny that Zabaz was bugged, because Zabaz is a bug. What is the extra Gemstone Cavern and Sideboard for exactly? It's really easy. It comes in when you're on the draw. That's it. On the draw, bring in the Cavern. I think I like having a creature to modular on too. When you're into play, side it out. Side out the 2nd copy. Keep the 1st copy in. Yeah, but you bring it in every game too, because you win every game 1. It seems. Just on good card to know about. Definitely incentivizes me to not make a Saga token here. Can also make a Saga token to get them to use the dress down. Let's just float a mana. Well, I'm actually gonna play the super slow. I'm gonna get floated mana, get the Ozolith. I'm gonna wait on my Saga turn because of the dress down. I'm just gonna put a counter on the Ballista. Just attack the Narset, keep all my counters for now. Is there a way of lethal? We're not supposed to try to go for lethal through Solitude here. Just play it slower against them. I played Blue Eye Control at an RCQ not that long ago, and I got crushed by a Scales player who just Just didn't like obviously play into Solitude, just played very slow. It's actually probably the same. I can't remember that player's name, but they're local, you know, local. Shout out DFW Magic players. Excuse me? Blue, white, blue moon, huh? I think we have to make them use the dress down. Maybe could have waited. This is really... Oh, should have done a post comment though because of Solitude. No, they evoked the... I guess if they evoked the Solitude, I could just Welding Jar the Ballista though. I mean, they got us really bad. Happy I have the third Mite, I guess. Not that I have too many forests in the deck. 2 forests, 1 Springleaf Drum. There's no way they play more than 1 moon. No, it's incredibly unlikely they play like less than 2. What do you think? You had so much success with Rakdos, no one else is? People are having success with Rakdos. They're having tons of success with Rakdos at the moment. I was having a lot of success with Rakdos when Lurrus was legal. I was doing okay with it without Lurrus, like the normal, but Rakdos is still a good deck. In fact, a very good deck. It's just like no longer the hero deck, you know. Yeah, they have the Fire Ice in their hand, so I'm gonna make the Fire Ice awkward by just sending both at Narset here when they can't 2 damage here. Yeah, Rakdos midrange still exists and is good in Modern. It's just now better to play Scam than Lurrus, because Lurrus is banned. So in response to the counter on Ballista, 1 damage on Ballista, 1 damage on Ravager. Why? Alright, opponent, if you have Lightning Bolt, good shit. Yeah, Scales is just also like, one, maybe this is not so quiet, but one thing that is very good about Scales is, in addition to being hard to play, it is very hard to play against. It's third Narset of the game? One for the turn. Yeah, I don't think they have Solitude. Alright. We are 9-0 with Scales today. Have not lost a game this league. It's like one of my Scam opponents said that they have a terrible Scam match, or they have a terrible Scam. Sorry, the Scam player said they have a terrible Scales matchup, like 10%. It's probably not true. Like Voidwalker Fury, really good against them, but Terminate's like really funny because no regen. But what a hand! Hey, good to see you in chat, Mr. Sari. Super untrue. Yeah, I would agree that that's super untrue. Like they have a bunch of hidden Sugus and stuff, but it's probably not as bad for Scales as you would think. And I would also think Scales probably wins most game 1s. Scam really shows on Saga. I mean, you have Blood Moons, but yeah, then you have a lot of sideboard cards. Okay, probably 8 Blast. Could be an 8 whack variant too. Yes, Mr. Sari. Yeah, I imagine Murktide's a good matchup too. Okay, looks like the 8 Blast. Pretty iconic hand we got here, huh? So I really don't want to have to play this on 0, because it's like really good against them. It's a good draw too. So I guess I play a Patchwork this turn. Don't offer the trade. I can Pendelhaven on block. And the next turn, I need to play Ravager. And the following turn, I could win with Ozolith Ballista. What do you want this matchup? It's probably favored for us. Pump first. I'm not attacking. I'm going to kill them on turn 4 with Ballista. There's no reason to attack. I want to play defense. Pretty rewarded for playing defense here also. 4 cards in their hand. I'm at 14. Yeah, so I think we're sticking to the plan of cast Ravager, kill him next turn. 3 blockers. We win? Did I miss lethal, Sari? I don't think I missed it this turn. Better to block Midnight. I see my Goblin Grenade trying to get the goblins off the field. Like they already have something better to sack. But I guess Galvanic Blast is the reason, right? They were dead on board. I don't okay, no more of this. Spike missed lethal without very carefully typed. Spike, this is the line you missed. Because 0 true drops in Ravager. Oh, right, they just can't block. Okay, they're dead anyways. Had 19 exactly, okay. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, this interest has a 2-2. It's gonna scales it. What happens if they have lightning bolts? Okay, they packed it in. I think we put the counters here, then kill their board. If we target here, then if they respond, then we move the counters over, then we attack. Yeah. Okay. Again, classic. Miss lethal. Win anyways very easily. Just like every game of Scales. You wanna go out? Athena was being very wishy-washy on if she wanted to go out or not. Okay, I think I'm just bringing in a Caverns. I don't really think you want Mite. Seems like a good matchup. We could definitely get overrun on the draw, especially without a Caverns, but probably a fine matchup. Opponent comes 7. This is like a pretty bad 6 on the draw in this matchup at least. I guess I'm gonna put back the stirrings. I just feel like I don't have time to double stirrings in this matchup. Just think within 3 months, because your red mana for Zabaz, just a little splashy splash. Could definitely be better to play Zabaz as a blocker here. I think it actually is. As 2 months, thank you. Haven't seen a Flame Slash in a while. Yeah, the Zabaz bug was you would I think just play it and it would crash the game, and it is also a bug. Okay, 3 cards in their hand. Just gonna cast the Ozolith this turn. Okay, pretty scary. Kind of need to find a Ballista. And even then, may just need to sub this game 3. Not dead yet. No Ballista though. Also, like, just not much help in general. I could get Shadowspear. Yeah, I guess we put Shadowspear in hand, cast Ravager. The next turn we can get Zabaz, play equip Shadowspear, potentially. Hopefully they don't have much follow-up. They did miss a land drop, so, and they have 2 cards in their hand. Yeah. So likely dead. It's a lot of Flame Slashes. Wow. Perfect. Okay, game 3. You know what? I think I actually do want the Caverns over the Horizon Canopy on the play, just because of the... You just never want to draw these in these kind of matchups. I may even bring in a Haywire Mite. I know that the Caverns are legendary, but I think colorless land that doesn't deal you damage when it's tap is better. That's even that legendary is better than Canopy. Just bring in a Mite. Lost a game this league. It's all crumbling apart. As you know, also been performing well. Yeah, it has. I think 3 is a good number. Maybe going for Inkmoth kill next turn was a way to go. Yeah, maybe. We were dead anyways. Yeah, this is for back-to-back trophies. Think Mites are good, might incidentally counter Kadotha? Yeah, maybe. Well, it doesn't counter Kadotha ever, it only ever counters the Demolition. Hard to hold up mana. Yeah, but maybe just 1 mana 1/1 block gain 2. But play the Pioneer Dino, yeah, we went like 0-4. Keep this. Any merit to playing the second copy of Gemstone Caverns on main board, opening sideboard slot? You could be fine. Be marginal. Okay, so we can, let's see what we draw. I'd kind of like to draw as another 0, so I can go Patchwork as a 3/3. Do you think I just need to like 2/2 Ballista here? Stop a Bushwhacker from being really good this turn. I'm gonna play Pioneer Dino, Shadowspear Wishlist to run. I know Doomwink's been looking at it. Doomwink's here, he'll give you a list. If you go to his chat later today. Okay, so we'll block 1, kill 2. Take 2. Take us home, Patchwork Automaton. Take us home. Interesting. Probably Needles. Shadowspear? But no, well, they do have to have Land Bolt to kill the Patchwork. So that's their whole turn. They name Ravager. And then they just rebirth, okay. Getting the Shadowspear. Gonna cast the Stirrings, though. So, Ravager not needled. If I play one of these 2-drops, I can't equip Shadowspear this turn, though. So I could just get Drum. Kick the Drum, equip, gain 6 up to 23. They kick Bushwhacker, it's just not enough. I like getting. We saw 2 Flame Slashes last game, so like getting this out of Flame Slash range is really nice here. They can't quintuple block either. There's probably some like really ridiculous series of draws they can have. Goblin Bushwhacker, definitely one of the worst case scenarios, but also not the end of the world. Arcbound Ravager gives us lethal, probably. Maybe tapping that's bad, I think it's fine. Zabaz. Okay, so I play Zabaz, 2 counters, 8. Sack it to the Drum, 3 counters. I mean, it's definitely Zabaz. Just don't notice that it's lethal. It may have been, it may be mislethal by tapping the Grove. So 11, yeah, I think we exactly missed lethal because of the Grove. Although I feel like it was fine. Just to like not deal myself with damage. Because I could, did I have the Pendelhaven in hand? That being said, it's going to be very difficult. My opponent will need land Gleeful Demolition, I guess. But then they died to the Inkmoth Nexus. Yeah, I can block with Inkmoth if, you know, if it's close. Yeah, I know I could have used Force, but obviously the downside is I take a damage. Which I thought was like a lot more relevant than losing a damage. Inkmoth hasn't haste. Yeah, you don't need haste. Like, I'll Ozolith counter it next turn. This is just assuming they Gleeful Demolition. Okay, with Ward 2, I guess... Does Goblin Grenade do it? This is... 7, 14. It's like not even close. Can they have anything? I just don't want to feel dumb and die. This is 14. I'm not dead to Goblin Grenade. I mean, with Ward 2, I just don't need to be too worried. I'll block just in case there's something I've never seen before. And I would die exactly without blocking. It was Goblin Grenade. Cool. Back-to-back trophies, huh? Let's freaking go.